Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Danny Show. Today I have a very special, well, two special guests that is, Jamshid and Mahmood. So they're both two dynamic content creators carving their niche in the world of automotive reviews across various social media platforms with a passion for automobiles and a keen eye for detail. Jamshid and Mahmood bring a fresh perspective to the realm of car reviews. Through engaging video content and insightful commentary, they provide audiences with comprehensive evaluations of the latest vehicles, offering valuable insights into performance, design, and technology. Join Jamshid and Mahmood as they navigate the highways of the automotive world, sharing their experiences and expertise one review at a time. Now, Jamshid and Mahmood join me live. How are you doing, guys?
Doing good, man. How about you?
Doing
Good, man.
good.
Thank you.
That
Thank
was
you.
beautifully said. Thank
Oh,
you.
no problem, man. No problem. It's my pleasure to have you on the show. I'm the big fans of yours, so thank you for doing this.
Of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank you, man, for having us.
No problem. So, first question, how did you get, started into this whole car review and content creation type of business?
Yeah, so very random.
Yeah.
Me and Matt, we were at our buddy's house. And we've been, heavily into cars ever since a young childhood. I think I could speak for the both of us on that.
Sure, sure.
Um, whether it's just, working on our own cars, just having a passion for automotive industry. And that's something we surround ourselves to with our friends. Our friends like that as well. And we're
Mhm.
at our buddy's house, and his family has a few nice cars where we were there and we were appreciating. And we have a lot of Middle Eastern friends, whether they're Persian, Arab, anything like that. And we decided it'd be funny to kind of make like a stereotypical skit of like POV, a Persian salesman trying to sell you a car,
Right.
and just kind of just winged it with one of their cars. We uploaded that, and then it got a lot of traction overnight. It got a lot of good feedback. It hit the right for you page. I would say it hit the Persian community. And they liked it a lot and they wanted to see more, and there was more cars for us to do that with, so we did it with those cars, and then it was kind of just a domino effect from there, with viewers reaching out to us with their cars and just other people seeing our videos.
I see, man. That's great to hear. So, like, you started off just with like going to your friend's house basically and
Yeah.
starting it off
Yeah.
there.
So pretty much the backstory to that was my buddy, he invited me
Hmm.
over to his house one day, and I was just like, passing Shan's house as well, and I was like, yo, you want to tag along? And we took the canyons up to his house, and we're just like hanging out. I went to show Shan like around the house and the cars and stuff, and yeah, that was pretty much it. That's kind of the backstory leading up to what he just said.
That's amazing. So after that, how did you kind of get into like more cars and kind of like how do you get these vehicles and how do you review them? Like where do you get these vehicles from?
Yeah, so after those videos kind of took off and did their thing, people obviously wanted to see more.
Hmm.
And we noticed we were really hitting like a local audience, like within at least the greater Los Angeles area, Southern California
Right,
area, which we're located. And
right.
obviously, those people, the audience, they're into cars themselves, right? So whether it's someone they know who has a nice car, it's, their parents' car, or it's their own personal vehicle, they would start to see these videos with the few cars we already had, we were able to review, and they would message us to, hey, let's review their car. Or since we were in the car community at the beginning, we had a couple friends who also had nice cars, like, yo, you can also review my car.
Right.
And then we were thinking like, yo, how can we scale this? So we created like a Google online submission form, and
Hmm.
we started advertising that, saying if you want your car reviewed, just fill out this form, and it just sort of dominoed from there.
Wow. So basically
Yeah.
from the form you got all these vehicles and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing to hear. Because sometimes like when you try that out, it doesn't work out. So I'm happy it
Yeah.
worked out for you guys. That's great.
It's just all consistency, man. That's all it comes down to.
Honestly,
That's
content equals consistency. I can tell you that.
exactly.
Yeah. So, now getting to kind of like the evaluation of the vehicle itself, like what makes you like, what kind of aspects do you take into consideration when you're evaluating a car? Because you talk a lot about carbon fiber on your videos, but besides that, what else do you kind of take into consideration?
Well, first off, we've kind of set up like a system of like, what we're gonna talk about.
Hmm.
cars, like the main aspects for us and any other car enthusiast would be the interior, the wheels, the suspension, obviously how the car looks, if it's a coupe, sedan, and mainly the engine and exhaust. So we kind of
Right.
break the car down to like the main key points that we want to talk about in a video.
Right.
And we just pretty much just talk about those. The main things are interior, the engine, wheels, if it's coupe, sedan, how the car sounds. And yeah, that's honestly pretty much it. You kind of just break it down to like a dissect it and you make a video out of it.
And from the beginning, after doing a few cars, we sort of were able to assess like a common theme that the viewers enjoyed seeing.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the carbon fiber. They love to see the carbon fiber, or they just liked how we pronounce carbon fiber. They loved hearing that.
Right.
So obviously, when we look at cars to review, all the submissions we get, we're looking for cars that we know our audience wants to see. They like to see based on the past, the numbers that like, okay, this car does good. Or you'd be surprised, some of our high-end sports car videos don't do as well, but just like the generic BMW videos we do super good. So that's kind of how we base it on. Depending which car we're going to do, we look at what the car has to offer and will our audience engage with it based on our past performance on the videos.
And luckily for us, to add on to Cheyenne,
Sure.
there's carbon fiber everywhere. You could find carbon fiber on the roof. You could find carbon fiber under the hood.
Right.
The hood could be carbon fiber. The interior, the seats,
The
the exhaust tips. So there's so many different ways that we could talk about carbon fiber. So those are key points that we look at when we want to review a car.
That's amazing. I think people like your BMW ones because that's a Persian standard car, and you have the Persian effect on the review itself, and it just you double the hype on the content, and I love your videos, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
So now that you've done like a lot of car reviews, I would have to say, what have been some of your like memorable moments kind of doing those car reviews? Does each one have a memory, or does one stand out against the others?
I have a great one.
Sure.
So usually in our videos, Shan says, Mahmood, go start the car for the blah,
Right.
And I think my favorite part is like just whenever I'm able to get in that car and just hit that gas and get those RPMs up there. And if it's a loud car, I like hurting his ears and the camera, Bobak's ears, the cameraman. That's kind of like my favorite part, honestly, is like when I'm able to go and rev these cars and the people are really nice enough to trust us with their cars and let us rev their cars personally.
Yeah. To add on to that, what I like about our content is it's just so unique, and every video is so unique. Like we don't go into a review having it scripted.
Bro, really?
Everything is on the spot.
Oh, that's amazing. I didn't know that. I thought it was scripted.
No, that's a frequently asked question. And when people come up to us at car meets and stuff, they ask that and they're very surprised to hear it. Everything is on the spot or improv. Like the scenes where you see where we're having an exchange of dialogue. That's improv. Or we just came up with the lines 5 seconds before we hit. And I think also when these viewers, they come and we get to review their car, they witness it for the first time too, and they're shocked as well. To us, it's like we've gotten such a habit and we've kind of learned, I guess, for lack of better words, the talent of how to do that and improv it. But as far as my favorite car, my dream car is the Lamborghini SVJ, which we had the pleasure of reviewing a couple months back.
That's so
that
cool.
Has my favorite review just because it's my dream car.
That's so cool, man. So I can't believe it's all just done improv because respect to you guys, like, because even when I'm like doing a video, I mess up and I have to go back and edit it. When you're doing it on the spot and you have so much uh dialogue to say and in a very limited time, so you kind of get for me, I get stressed out, honestly. So I kind of like started the words here and there or something. So respect to you guys for doing it on the spot. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, thank you.
So I wanted to know, has there been a situation where you got a car and the review just didn't happen the way you expected it to be? Like there was a challenge in finding like the hype in the car or something?
Pretty much every supercar that we do, we expected to do well,
Mhm.
and we upload it, and then the following day we upload a BMW, and then the BMW just blows it out of the park. The amount of times that has happened to us is like insane, to where we're like, all right, okay, BMWs, all right.
BMW.
Yeah, but to more of like a specific standpoint on that, I would say there has been a couple times where the car is maybe not as it looks like in the submission. It looks a
Mhm.
little different,
Right.
or we're expecting it to like be super loud and it's not loud, stuff like that. So that has happened a couple times. Obviously, I'm not gonna, name drop which cars and which videos it is, but yeah, it has happened a couple times. But we
Mhm.
always make it work. Every single car we've reviewed, which now we're approaching 80 cars we've reviewed,
Wow.
get posted.
That's
So
amazing. So 80
yeah,
cars in the bag, hoping for 100. That's in the reach for sure, for sure.
100%.
Um, so besides kind of like these car reviews, what do you do on the side? Are you students? What do you do?
Yeah. So currently we're taking, just online courses at our local community college. Luckily we've been able to sort of see some effect with online social media content creation,
Hmm.
and um, we're kind of just taking it and running with it while also making our parents happy on the
Right,
side, taking those online courses.
right.
But I think they're starting to catch on that that's probably not something we're going to stick with, and it's not something we're going to need,
Hmm.
especially with just the consistency we've had and just the discipline with this content creation. I mean, we upload 5 car reviews a week,
Yeah,
right? And
that's
those car
that's good
take a lot of planning, take a lot of filming and editing.
for sure.
Um, so we're starting to see progress as far as monetarily speaking with these videos. And obviously it's nothing like, we're not millionaires right now, but it could get to that point. I mean, you see
For
with all
sure.
these other people. So we're just kind of taking it day by day,
Hmm.
um, and going to the moon with it, hopefully.
Being
Yeah,
patient and go
yeah.
ahead.
You go ahead. You go ahead.
Patient and consistency, man. That's like the biggest thing that, from what we've heard from all these successful people is, patient consistently, just keep on going
Mhm.
and keep grinding. That's honestly it. There's
Yeah.
nothing more to it.
And I like how you guys, because we're all Persian here. I like how you guys kind of took something that was kind of Americanized car reviews, because I see a lot of, Canadian, like I'm Canadian, and I see a lot of car reviews in Canada, and I see a lot of car reviews from the States showing up on my For You page. But to have like something more local and more specific geared towards the Persian community, that's something special. I don't think there's anyone out there besides you two that do car reviews that are Persian and in our community, whether that be worldwide. There probably is, I don't know, but you guys are the first to come to mind. But that's pretty cool how you guys did it. So, what kind of was like the whole idea of like coming into it? Did you feel like it was gonna grow like this, or do you feel like you were just gonna do it for fun?
Honestly,
I don't think we
yeah.
we thought it was gonna be like this. It's
Right.
like become a lifestyle. We're pretty much living a double life, right? I
Right, right,
mean,
right.
grateful for it. It's awesome, but yeah, we had no idea it was gonna turn into this, be this a part of our life as it was. Like as I said, we just uploaded a funny skit,
Mhm.
on a fresh TikTok page, and overnight it had like 50K views.
Right,
And 50K views might not sound like a lot, but 50,000 views tailored to the Persian community who likes cars in the Southern California area,
right.
that's huge, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, no, we had no idea. But obviously it's been a passion of ours, content creation. We both can agree on that. So when we saw this opportunity, we've seen this happen before. Like, prior I would help some of my influencer friends, help them monetize their following and stuff like that. So I had that experience. So when I saw this opportunity for us, we kind of knew what to do to like expand it, and we
Right.
knew to, to stick with it and
Mhm.
keep uploading to like take advantage of this, of the gaining popularity these videos are getting.
I see. And to add to that comment on the popularity, do you feel like your parents are supporting you on this? Because my parents, they're kind of getting the idea of like I'm having my own podcast, I'm bringing in like big name guests and stuff. Um, but because we're Persian, we come up with the stereotypes like you have to be an engineer, lawyer, or doctor, or else you're a failure. But coming into it, like, does your parents like your content? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I'll speak personally on my end and I'll let Matt say for his
Sure,
opinion. But
sure.
my parents, thankfully, they've been super supportive through the whole thing.
That's
You know,
amazing.
obviously, with our content, there is some explicit language, right? Which
Right,
in the Persian community, especially with the elders, sometimes, it's frowned upon.
right,
Um, they would in Farsi say zechte, it's
right.
it's ugly, right? It's
Yes.
not a good look.
Yeah.
So my mom, she would rather me obviously not use explicit language, but
Right,
that's just such a key part of our videos that I think people like. We're not so rated PG like these other car reviewers.
right.
We sometimes say what we want and we say it how it is. And I think people like the transparency and just the upfront honesty and just us being our true selves
No,
and
I
not
understand.
showing and keeping it PG. My
Right.
dad, he's his whole family's been in the entertainment industry in and out of Iran. My uncle, who's now passed, but he had his own Iranian talk show here in Los Angeles. So he was pretty well known. He was a well-known journalist. So entertainment in my dad's side of the family has been pretty prevalent.
What was his name?
Mortaza Gamsari.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah,
I'll go search
yeah,
it. Maybe my
yeah.
my parents know him.
Yeah, yeah, no, maybe honestly, he was pretty well known, at least in the Southern California area.
Sure, sure.
But yeah, so they've been pretty supportive. They just
Hmm.
they just obviously want to have still the guidance as the parents and
Right.
sure, I don't get in too over my head with this thing,
No,
obviously.
same over here, man. Same over here.
But they're supportive.
Yeah, for sure. Same here too. Yeah.
Long story short, school.
Cool.
So that's the boat that I'm in with my parents. Obviously, like they want me to be happy and stuff, but every now and then they hint like, oh, okay, like what classes are you taking now? Like what are you
Mm,
doing? Like what do you want to do? So they're supportive, but I think they're definitely more so on the school side.
right.
Um, but yeah,
Yeah.
that's honestly pretty
I
much my.
think I think it's because like, content creation, I think you guys can agree it's very risky coming into it because you don't know how many views you're gonna get, how many videos you're gonna upload, how many followers you're gonna get. It's very risky. Like I respect all these content creators that are big name, celebrities, especially in Los Angeles. There's so many content creators that are big names, but they did it so many times and they it kind of comes with luck as well, but it's just very risky to like because most of them drop out of school to do this, but I just have school on the side just because I don't want to do this and then things kind of go downhill.
100%.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
Yeah. And I wanted to know, like, how do you engage with your audience, furthermore, instead of just doing the car reviews? Do you like reach out to them? Do you like comment, give back and forth comments to them and you're commenting, or what do you do with them?
Yeah, well, we have multiple platforms. We're on pretty much every platform that you can think of, and newly Twitter now,
Hmm.
aka X. And
Right.
from time to time, like whenever we're together and it's kind of like work hours, we treat it like a 9 to 5. So
Right.
whenever I go to Sean's house or he comes over to mine or we go to Starbucks, something, we're in like work social media hours.
Hmm.
And yeah, like whenever like I'm done with my stuff or he's done with his stuff, like we kind of go through DMs or Snapchat and we snap people back and forth, and that's kind of like
Yeah.
a way of communicating with our fans.
Yeah, we're always engaging with them. Like as I said, like as he said, sorry, on Snapchat, we're always responding when we get the chance to DMs. When we get DMs, like they're asking us questions, or there's sometimes they're swiping up and saying something funny. We're always responding.
Right.
We're always checking our messages. We're always going live, whether it's on TikTok or Instagram, engaging with the viewers, inviting them onto the live stream, and having conversations with them. And we're very within the Los Angeles area, we're very active as far as going to all these car meets. A
Hmm.
couple of our friends host car meets pretty frequently. We help advertise and we say we're gonna be there. And then
Hmm.
a lot of our viewers see that we're going and they come up to us in person. We conversate with them, we kick it with them, we hang out. We've actually, made friends with a few of them. So we're pretty engageful with our viewers. And I think that was something super important to us getting into this.
Mm-hmm.
That we want to be like the stereotypical content creators who just like don't care for the people who kind of made them, right?
Right.
We've been in that boat where we've been fans of people, right?
Yeah.
Same here. Yeah.
Exactly. So it's like when we would see people come to us and like, I'm a big fan of you guys, we're like, oh my God. Like it was really like a wake-up call. Like
Full circle moment.
it was a full circle moment,
For
really a
sure.
wake-up call. We're like, wow, like we need
This
to
is happening.
this is happening.
Because it's still so new.
It is still so fresh.
Yeah.
We need to like
Yeah.
treat these people with so much respect, and we honestly praise our fans. We don't even like to say fans. We call them viewers, right?
Bubba's
and Azizams.
Bubba's and Azizams.
Yeah, like it's weird to call them fans. I don't know, but no, yeah, we praise them because like obviously without them watching us or sharing our videos, like we wouldn't have what we have, right? So
Right. That's amazing.
we do this for like, you know, the Bubba's and Azizams, you know, like to put a smile on their face. And it's that just means the world to us, you know, like being able to make people laugh and you know, people go through stuff in their lives. So, you know, for them just to have a few minutes out of the day to watch one of our videos and get their mind off of whatever stress or stuff that they're going on or that's going in their personal lives, you know, if we could help in any way, that's you know, that's a million stuff for us.
Yeah, we've received messages from viewers saying like, I've been so stressed at work recently and with family, and every day on my break time at work, I look forward to your guys' video and it puts a smile on my face. Or people message us, my girlfriend just broke up with me, but your videos are really cheering me up. And honestly, that feeling that we get from receiving those messages is priceless. No amount of money we can make from these videos will ever compare to that feeling. And that's what keeps us going every day, you know, uploading 5 times a day, like, you know, working hours and hours every day for just content. Some people will be like, you know, you're wasting your time. We don't see it like that. We're making it work. We're balancing our life, doing other things and doing this. This is like a passion project of ours.
Right.
Oh,
yes.
stay disciplined to it.
Yeah. Same here, man. Same here. Like I do this as a side gig. Like I even like told my parents, like, can I do this? Is like, yeah, sure, you can do this, but just be in school and you can definitely do this. So I balance it out. It's tough balance because being a university student, you kind of come across like, oh, do I get to do an interview or do I have to do a project tonight? You know, you have to balance it out, but it works out. And like you said, you do it because you have a passion for it, you have a love for it, and just the amount of love you put into your content, you hope it's reciprocated back to you in some way. And I'm glad it worked out for you guys. Same here as well. I didn't know my show was going to be this big coming into this. Now I have guests like you guys, who I'm huge fans of, and I live in Toronto, so I'm across North America from you guys. But you guys are huge here as well in the Persian community. I can tell you that. So it's pretty cool to have you guys on.
That's crazy. That's crazy to hear. We hear that, you know, people from, we have some viewers in Montreal, and they've us like, you guys are like huge in the car scene here. Like,
yeah, you are.
No way. Like, quick, a little bit off topic, but like that first week after we uploaded like those first couple of videos, we went to a car meet, and I swear, like 30, 40, maybe even 50 people came up to us. Oh, Jamshid, Mahmood, love your guys' videos. We're like, what the heck? We kept looking at each other. Like each time a person would come up to us, like, did you know that guy? He'd be like, I didn't know that guy. Did you know that guy? I'm like, no. We're like, I guess we don't know them. And they just know.
And we still do that. Like the other day, you know, someone came up to us and recognized us. And I literally asked Sean, I was like, oh, was that your friend? He's like, no, is that your friend? I'm like, no. It's like, we still do that, you know, because it's so like unreal.
Yeah.
That's amazing to hear. Hopefully I get big as you guys, because that hasn't happened for me yet, but hopefully in the future, man, inshallah. But second last question. Well, third last question. How did you guys like meet up? Like, how did you guys meet? And how have you known each other from years?
How did we meet?
Through cars.
Through cars.
Really?
At our mechanic shop, we both happened to go to the same mechanic. He came in. I was helping my mechanic film a video, and then he walks in. Because we're like buddies with our mechanic. And he walks in like, yo, I just bought a new BMW. And then like I'm like, oh cool, like let me see it. And like we just like, what's your name? I'm Cheyenne. What's your name? Matt. You're Persian, I'm Persian. Oh shoot, let's be friends.
Well, because I think
So
how
cool.
Yeah.
my Americanized name is Matt.
Oh, okay.
So I just go by Matt. But
Matt.
I was like, oh, I'm Mattine. And he's like, Mattine, you
Oh, yeah.
heard? Like, you Middle Eastern? I'm like, yeah, Persian, this and that. And that's kind of how it went. Sean, Mattine, that's the
Yeah,
story of
that's
it.
literally how we met.
Because
At a mechanic shop about cars is how we met, coincidentally.
That's actually like Duck Dynasty, honestly. Like it's supposed to happen in a mechanic shop. It's supposed to be car reviews. Like you guys met up there.
Yeah, no, that's true. I never even thought about that until you just asked me. That's such a coincidence.
Yeah.
At
It's
the
a
mechanic.
Duck Dynasty moment, man. It was destined to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second last question. Any kind of future projects you're looking forward to, or any brand deals coming up fans can expect?
Yeah, so future projects, we're really, really trying to focus and branch out onto YouTube. We uploaded a really
Mhm.
nice full length 23-minute Hawaii vlog
Oh,
where it's
I have to go see
yeah,
that one. Yeah.
if you love, our Persian car reviews, you like the comedic factor to it, you love everything about it, just imagine 23 minutes of just straight Jamshid and Mahmood.
Yeah.
It is very high production, super good. I'm not just saying that, we've heard it from all of our viewers who've seen it. So we're really trying to branch out on that. We already have, another 4 YouTube videos pre-filmed that just need to be edited and uploaded. And we have a couple of collabs in the works where we're not going to name drop, but pretty well-known Persian icons in the Persian community who I think the fans
I
are
think I
gonna
know who the person is because they do follow you, right?
they follow us, and
I think I
there
know who it is.
there is another one who we're working on who
That's amazing. That's
nice.
amazing. That's amazing to hear. That's amazing. So last question, guys. Thank you for coming on, by the way, but last question. Um, any advice you want to give to anyone who wants to get into content creation, whether that be car reviews or just in general content creation? They're a student, they want to go and do this. What advice would you want to give them?
I think the biggest thing is for any sort of content creation from firsthand experience that we've noticed is put yourself in front of the camera. It's always going to be if you engage with your audience and like what you're talking about, what car review you're going to do, or whatever you're going to do, is I think the biggest thing, because I used to just do like car edits.
Right.
I really found success in this, and I'm sure I could speak for him as well, is when we put ourselves in front of the camera. So, try not to be shy or anything like that. Put yourself out there, put yourself in front of the camera, and just be you. And the people will come.
Yeah, it's all about taking that first step. You can always tell yourself, okay, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week, but you should treat tomorrow as today. If you keep telling yourself that, you're just never going to do it. Of course, if it's new for someone, that could be so nerve-wracking, putting yourself in front of a camera, but it's just all up here. It's all here. It's all perspective. It's you against yourself, right? So
Exactly.
you need to change your perspective and just really not care what other people think about you. There's hundreds and thousands of people doing what you want to do. So why can't you be them, right? Why do
Exactly.
you have to be the one, fueling their dreams and their passions when you can work on your own? And also to add to that, consistency. You hear it from every successful person for a reason, because it's true.
That is true.
Staying consistent is super important, but make sure you never lose that spark and that love for the passion of content creation, because that's where things can go downhill, right? So with us, it's very important, balancing our life, balancing, our work with this to make sure we don't get burnt out, right? It's like this most successful businessman in the world tried starting 50 businesses before one of them stuck, right?
Right.
If you upload one video and it doesn't do good, 8 out of 10 people will give up right then and there, right? Or if they
Exactly.
upload 2, 3, or 4, they'll give up right there. It just keeps,
Yeah.
it's just all about who can overcome that and who can persevere through that. Don't focus on the numbers will come. If you focus on the numbers, they won't come.
For
If
sure.
you, yeah. So just staying consistent, consistent, consistent. Like there's times where we have super good weeks as far as numbers, and then we have super, relatively to us, bad weeks of numbers where we're like, oh my God, are we shadow banned, right?
Yeah.
Um, Social media will always have its ups and downs. It's just the battle of who's mentally strong enough to push through it and not let it affect them and affect their work. We've had weeks and weeks on end where our videos weren't performing as well. The feedback wasn't as good, where we could have, just slowed down the car reviews and just like maybe uploaded, one every other day. But no, we stayed consistent and disciplined to our schedule. And, time will tell, time will prove to you that that's all it takes. So you just got to keep going.
That's amazing to hear, and I can speak on that as well. Like coming into like my whole show and podcast, like I started 2 years ago, and I thought it was going to be reaction videos, like me just reacting to videos on the internet. But then I quickly took them down because I was like you said, people are scared to put out the content, and they don't know how it's going to be perceived. So I just quickly took them down, and then deep down, I kept thinking like, no, I'm going to do this. Like I don't care what no one says. Like this is my dream, this is my goal. And luckily, I've been fortunate enough to land you guys and Nima Naz and all these big time sports journalists here in Toronto. We have some great big ones and they've all come on my show and I've been lucky to have them. Um, that was my goal and I got there and I don't care what anyone says. Some of them got good views, some of them didn't get good views, but I still go and no matter the view count, no matter how it's perceived or what the reception is, I still gonna do it because I love it, right? Same to you guys is probably the same way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And just for you to know, it should tell you something, when all these people, all these guests you have on want to, come onto your podcast, regardless of their size, it should tell you you're doing something good and to keep
Thanks,
going.
man.
You could personally just use that as a mental motivation to keep going. The fact that, like Nima Naz is a good example. When you message us and I looked at your podcast and I saw, I was like, I told Matt, I'm like, holy shit, or sorry, excuse my language.
It's okay.
Holy moly, like Nima Naz is on the podcast. Like,
Yeah.
wow, like why wouldn't we? Like, dude, we're like here, right? He's here.
Yeah.
Like obviously all these people, all these guests you have see something in you, see something in your work. So just you could use that to keep going.
I owe it all to him because after that I got some really big names because he was kind of like that benchmark. Like I really wanted him, and we grew up in the same area here in Toronto. It's called Markham. Markham is like another city up north in Toronto, so that's where we're both from. We grew up, and it was just so cool. And I was like totally geeking out when I found out like I was getting him on my show. That was like a great moment for me because he was like my idol, and I looked up to him. So that was pretty cool.
Love that.
That's
Yeah, that's
awesome.
always awesome. It's a full circle moment for you, I bet.
Thanks, man, for sure, for sure. So, thanks for coming on, guys. Jamshid and Mahmood, thank you so much for coming on. You can follow them on their Instagram and TikTok. I'll put the social handles and the links in down below. So yeah,
Awesome, man. Thanks for having us
Thank
on
you.
once again. We
no
really
problem.
appreciate it.
No problem, guys. It was my pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on the show, and hope to talk soon. See you guys later. Bye bye.